الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله في هذه الجلسة الاستثنائية اليوم لاستعراض النتائج المالية للسنة المنتهية في 31/12/2023. Good morning and welcome to everyone to this sessions. We'll give you a presentations for the results of 2023 for Tajir Finance Company. Here I have my colleagues with me, Mr. Fahad Al-Blushi, Chief Operating Officers, and Akhtar Zaman, our Financial and Reporting MIS heads. And we have also Musa Lawatia with us, Head of Finance, and Kashif Yaqub, the DCO. So in the start, Mr. Fahad Al-Blushi, he will take us through the presentations and discussions for the results. And later on, after that, we'll open for the discussions for the others. Please, Mr. Fahad.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We would like to welcome everybody to this informative session. So we'll start with the presentation. Just to start giving you an orientation about the company. As you are aware, we as a company, we were incorporated in the year 2000 and we went for listing at Muscat Securities Market in 2005. Currently, we are operating out of basically 5 locations in Amman, 3 branches in the capital region, 1 in North Batna, 1 in South Batna, and 1 in Nizwa, 1 in Sharqiya, and 1 in Dhufar region. When it comes to ownership, about 80% shareholding is with key financial institutions, locally and internationally as well. The OIA is holding about 35%. Social Protection Fund is holding about 9%. We have Arab Investment Corporation holding about 19%, and Iran IFIC holding about 12.5%. If we basically jump straight forward into the financial performance, we will see that this year was a very good year for Tajir. At the top level, our finance income have grown by 27%, so where we touched about 26.9 million Omani Riyal. And at the same time, you see the interest income increasing by about 31%, touching about 12.2 million. And that is mainly because of the increase in interest rates in the market, which was reflected in our P&L. At gross level, our net finance income have grown by about 24%. The total operating income have touched about 10.7 million Omani Riyal with a growth of about 34%. Bottom line, net, we have booked a net profit of about 4.8%, and that is reflecting about 43% increase in net profit as compared to 2022. If we basically give you main highlights at balance sheet level, our portfolio have grown to touch about 260 million Omani Riyal, reflecting a growth of about 18.8%. As compared to 22. The provisions have increased as well. At the same time, with the new business that we are booking, we are prudent in booking more provisions just to increase our coverage ratio as well. So the provisions have increased by about 25% this year. At total assets level, we're touching 242 million with a growth of about 14%. Our net worth at the bottom line has basically jumped to 50.5 million, representing about 7.5% increase for 2023. Here's the main highlights about the key financial ratios. As we said, our revenue in total touched about 29%. That is reflecting about 26% increase year on year, and you can see the growth being witnessed from 2020 till 2023, and but we are looking for a positive year in 24 as well. The same thing at operating level, where we have grown by about 34%, and the growth continues from 2020. Cost to income, alhamdulillah, with more efforts to booking more business, our manpower has been basically developing more income. and we have a very good cost-to-income ratio of about 38%. If you go to the next screen. You can see the growth year on year on the portfolio level as well. As we said, we have touched 260 million, and that is basically reflecting about a growth of about 18% this year. On a market share and share of profit ratio, you can see the growth that we have been booking from 2018 forward. This year, our share of our market share has touched 22%. But our profit share to the industry's total profit is about 29%, given the balance sheet size that we have. The provision coverage rate stands at about 68%, and we will keep on building the provisions as we book more business. EPS is the second highest in the industry. We have grown significantly to touch 18 in 2023. Ashif, can you say something?
Please.
In terms of business, I think the key highlights is that the company has prioritized the customers based on its existing portfolio and database. So what we have done, we have segmented the portfolio. And for that portfolio, we have launched an AI-based product, which is the Priority Finance. So this product is giving us additional income. And also this is acting as a loyalty program for our existing customer. And we plan to extend this this year to the small and medium enterprises also. And also in terms of the digital loan application, the digital onboarding has been completed. And right now we are ready for a full digital launch subject to the approval of Central Bank of Oman. In terms of funding, there's a significant achievement that for the third year consecutive, the bonds have been oversubscribed by the investors. So first year it was 132%, then 195%, then 149%. We paid a bond of 13.2 million in 2023, and we issued a new bond of 14.9 million, which was also subscribed by 149.5%. And this time the tenor of the bond has been increased to 3 years. Previous two bonds were 2 years. We are gradually working on increasing the tenor of our funding also.
Thank you. Yeah, please, if there is any. Yeah. Mr. Mukesh, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Hi. Am
Hi.
I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on a great set of numbers. I was just looking at the quarterly pattern of the interest income. I understand that in the last quarter, the income was close to 8 million compared to 6.5 million in third quarter. I want to understand why this sudden jump in the interest income, given that our loan income has been relatively at 1.8% increase quarter on quarter in fourth quarter.
Yeah, that is also one factors which increased in the last quarter. It was related to one major account which is there in the market, and we suspended the income of that particular accounts, and we've been forced by the auditors to recognize the income and to build up again a reversal on the provision sides. And this is one of the clients which is there in the whole Oman with financial institute in the market. So one of the factors is that, and the others could be related to the execution also with a better, let's say, better income. But the major impact is one major account, which was the top account with the organizations. And it is there, let's say, under some special deferment scheme. It's well known to hold the markets. And it is there with everyone with the sector almost, or with the whole financial institution, Oman.
Okay, understand. How much of that extra additional increment would be there because of this? Because if you look at the yield, it will be close to 14% in fourth quarter. So I want to understand what would be the normalized interest income.
This is something which we've been suspended as an income close to 600 something amount and close to 600,000 riyal or more a little bit. So once you recognize it in the last quarter, this will give this impact on the accounts, because that was one main factor which increased the income during the last quarter of last year.
Okay. So I can assume that in line with the first 3 quarters, the same trend would continue in the interest income as well. Like in the first
Inshallah.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I mean, so from 1Q onwards, it could be in the range of 6.5 to 6.9 odd, which is the normal range in the first 3 quarters of 2023.
Inshallah, yeah, almost, yes. 23 or 24 we are talking about.
In 23, we had 6 million odd in the 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Increasing from 6 million, it increased to 6.5 in third quarter. So I can assume that in third year, or in first Q also, it'll be back to 6.5, 6.7, right?
Wallahi, same we did also already. Yani we suspended the income for that particular, and that will go back to, as you said, close to little bit than 7 million maybe. Yeah. Because the new execution is there and the new business input.
Okay, understood. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And because of this one-off, your NIMs have probably increased in fourth quarter substantially. So can we look at NIMs to go back to the earlier levels? Is that a reasonable assumption?
It'll be same. It'll be same.
Okay, fine. And I look at the operating expense, it has increased in the last quarter. So in the first 3 quarters, it was 1.4, 1.5 million. In the last quarter, it was 1.6. So is it because of the bond issues that the expense has gone up?
Yes.
Okay, fine. One last question. In the provisions as well, there's a steep decline in last quarter. So in the third quarter, provisions were about 1.3 million, and in the fourth quarter, it was 760,000 riyals. So any specific reason why the provision declined?
Mukesh, see, we build up normally the provision in the first 3 quarters, and we did hold the adjustment in the last also. And if you look to the number as a number, if you see the sector and you see the number, it was close to 5 million riyal provisions. If you go back to the last 5 years, maybe we didn't build up this much of provisions. And the provisions also, there is a limit for it, because see, we do understand there are accounts, there is an addition and deletion always coming into our business. There are numbers of contracts which are getting clear and going down as clean portfolio, and there are number which being added, plus the new business which we are doing. So there we felt there won't be any need. If you see any need to provide more than 4.9 million, which have been provided during the last quarter, the total for the year 2023. But again, going forward, the same strategy as we mentioned also, and we discussed it, I believe, with you also last year when we discussed it. The same pattern will continue in the company. We're trying, our aim is to achieve one day that 100% coverage ratio. So if you remember when we talked 6 months back, we keep talking about that the aim was to touch 70% maybe, but we could not success in touching the 70%, even though we provided 5 million, where the whole market provision for the 23 was just only 11. The sector provided 11 million on a portfolio of 1 billion, and Tajir was, let's say, 40% or 43% being provided by Tajir, which was close to 5 million riyal Omani. Going forward, the same strategy in Tajir to build up very healthy, let's say, provisions. Because as you are aware also, the way we ride the business, the way we take the risk also, it is the small and the new entities and the commercials businesses where nobody touch them except the leasing companies in Oman. So the leasing, they are taking the highest risk. We have to build up this. The aim is that for us also in Tajir to touch the 100%, inshallah, maybe within the next 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 years, we will be sometime touching that, or touching or crossing 90% coverage ratio, inshallah.
Fine. I appreciate your detailed response. What is your outlook on the loan growth this year? Last year it was very good. So this year, what do you see? The credit demand for specific kind of customers that you deal with?
See, the expectation initially was too high when we talk even 6 months, but now after passing a quarter, today we are in April, we don't see that much in the SMEs businesses. The expectation was too high. We have maybe some other concern which will be related to our leverage also. That will keep us a little bit to slow down on the growth side. Inshallah, the shareholder, they're working on it and they may solve that also. If we have the leverage, I believe we can maintain 2-digit, I call it more than 12 to 15% growth in the current year, also in 2024.
Good, sir. Good. That's nice to hear, sir. Congratulations and all the best. And thank you for your responses.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll give some minutes, and if someone is there, it's okay. We'll give 1 minute more. Ish, please.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Just one question I had in mind, if you don't mind.
Please.
About the new product that you were talking about, AI-based product. If you can just explain us a little bit more about the product and how will it drive growth for your company?
This product is basically based on our historical database. So what we have done is that we have developed algorithm based on which we have targeted selected customers from our database and offered them this product. So the idea is that basically is to create some kind of a loyalty program. So you may appreciate the fact that one of the challenge the finance companies face is that their good customers are poached by the banks. So this is the challenge which we continuously face, and this has a pressure on our cash flow also because we have a pre-closures happening, and so it's very difficult to forecast the income. So in order to address this issue, we have developed this product.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thank you very much. We can end it to here. Shukran, ahsan.
Thank you.
Thank you.